Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. One important thing I have to do here is check the audio. Good morning, everyone. Oh, that's so much better. Monday, when I was doing my my Monday morning card video, I was having problems with my connection, and then somewhere in the midst of my video, my audio went kind of wonky, so it looks like we're back to normal. Thank goodness. But welcome. I'm Diane from Boho Stamper, and today is Wednesday, so we are working on the IN Wonderland Journal, and I have a lot to show you. Kind of making up for last week when I was very rushed to make an appointment in time. But before we get started in this, I wanted to share something else. So if you are a subscriber or you watch Barbara at 49 Dragonflies, Barbara is a very talented artist in journaling, well, a lot of other things too, but in Vienna, Austria. And last year she had a challenge that I participated in, and she's doing it again this year, where you connect up with other viewers who are interested in this challenge of swapping 5 items, and then when you get those 5 items, you use them to make a journal project and then share with each other what you made. Or if you have a YouTube channel and you want to share your process of making that project, you can do so. So I messaged several people and asked them if they needed a partner, and I wasn't hearing back from people. I was like, I don't know. So I mentioned, I've contacted a few people and nobody's answered, so if anyone needs a partner, well, I ended up getting 3. Fine by me. I'm all for it. So anyways, I have a swap then with Ireland, Florida, and Maryland. And I received my first 5 items from Janie in Maryland. And I did open them because, of course, I couldn't stand it. And so I'm going to share my items that I got. And then when I have figured out what I'm going to do with those, I'll either do a video on putting it together, or I'll probably come back and share with you what I did anyway. So I was able to salvage some of the washi tape that was on the packing envelope that I got. And I don't have a lot of washi tapes, and I was never a big user of washi tape, but it might be because I never had anything quite as pretty as some of this. So I really love this. So anyways, I just stuck those on a cello bag and thought I may be able to use those in whatever I make also. And then she wrapped my items in this wonderful paper. Look at these botanical prints. I love them. So I will be holding on to this paper as well and trying to use things out of it. And look, my address there. So the items that I sent were similar to each other for my 3 gals. A little different in their paper. I sent them some, and I can't remember what all I sent now, rice paper and some eyelash yarn. I had pulled out some actually to look at for the Alice journal, and it's a different color of red, so I don't think we're going to use this. But this is eyelash yarn in case you're not familiar with that. It's really fun stuff. Makes these little fringies. So I had sent them some eyelash yarn, a bulb pin with a silver bead, a little cameo. So anyways, I sent several things and then gave a list of the 5 items that I would like them to use in their challenge. And the reason I like to send several things is because out of my 5 items, I included a postcard. I love vintage postcards, but I oftentimes find them very hard to incorporate into a design that I'm using in my journal. And I didn't want that to be discouraging, so my fifth element for my swaps was the postcard, but with they could use any of the alternate items that I sent along and then just enjoy the rest of them for journaling. Well, Janie did the same thing. And she said she couldn't just only choose 5. I know what you mean. I have so much I just want to share with people. And so she gave me her list of five items to use. And one is snippet roll. And I hadn't taken this stuff out yet. And I love snippet rolls, so that will be actually very fun to use. Oh, look how pretty. See, there's some more of that pretty washi. I don't have that kind. Cute. Cluster. So she did send, oh, how pretty is that? A little cluster. And there's another one with a butterfly. That's very nice. Lovely. Fabric thread. Fabric thread. Cool beans. Fabric or thread. Oh, okay, gotcha. Oh, look at that pretty lace. I could have used that for my bunny tail on my stitching project that I'm doing right now. So we have some lace and some blue metallic and gold metallic thread. Nice. And oh, this is fun. A little rust-colored trim. And some green, looks like maybe some sari silk, kind of like an olivey color. Not quite sure how that's showing up on camera. So I'm already seeing, I think I'm going for a botanical thing here. Okay, metal. This is the one I had to open because I love metallic stuff. I like sort of industrial boho style things. I just get a kick out of metal pieces. Oh, and this was on there. And I almost am wondering if, I don't know, it's a little hard. I was thinking maybe I could use this for the closure on our Alice journal, but it might be a little bit too hard to open and close all the time, so I might not. A couple of large paper clips, and she mentions in here that there are 4 teeny tiny magnets. Very cool. I have used magnets in some of my projects before, so I'm going to put these back in the bag though, so I don't lose this stuff because they're little. A bigger paper clip, little heart locket, a little paper clip with, well, that's fun. What can we put on there? Oh, you know what? I might have a square stone, an owl charm, and some bulb pins, a little mini binder clip. These are sticking to the magnets in the bag. That's hilarious. And then this thing, this is what really caught my eye. This looks like it's maybe from a fishing lure or something. I love it. That would be great for a dangle in a journal. Okay, so we have to use something metal and a washi sticker. And she did add some washi stickers, which is so much fun because, as I said, I don't have a lot of washi. And also she had put in there a piece of coffee stain doily. Fun. Yeah, so these are my items then to make my swap project with. So I will share that with you as this progresses. Little washi tapes over there because I like them. And then on to Alice. So thank you, Janie. I will get on that. I have actually stared at that little, I'm going to call it a fishing lure thing because I don't really know what it is. I've stared at that for a long time thinking different things that I could do with that. So I've worked on Alice quite a bit over the past week. She's getting a little chunkier. And, yeah, so confession time. So last week when I added that red paint and then the texture paste on the inside, I immediately didn't like it. And so I played with it a little bit off camera, tried to see how I could change it, and I couldn't, and I hated it. So I threw that page out and printed a new one. There's my true confession. I just was so flustered and didn't know what to do with it. So I like that technique when I see it used by other people, and maybe it's because I haven't practiced it enough. Shame on me, I should have practiced before I tried to do it in my journal. Lesson learned. So anyway, I will practice that and we may try that again in an upcoming journal. So I have a new page now, and we will put something on the inside. These are my other two signatures. I also then, since I was digging around, excuse me, in my craft room for different things that I could use, is because I was starting to actually panic and feel like I didn't have enough to add in this journal. And I started digging through things. I found lots of black and red ribbons, and this is like some, I don't even know what this is. So that was a great start. I was like, oh good, we can do some tags and stuff and add the ribbons. Wonderful. I also found that I had a package of 12 by 12 sheets of red and black lightweight cardstock. Not heavy, but a lighter weight. Perfect. So when I was going back through these, I knew that my page numbers in each signature were uneven. Not that they all have to be the same, but I mean, I think I went from 10 to 13. And I had used some of those scrapbooking papers from the Fairyland or Once Upon a Time or Storybook. I don't know what it was. And it was okay, and I would have used it, except that it was introducing another shade of red, which was already being a problem for me. So as I went through each signature, I replaced those scrapbooking pages, oh gosh, I couldn't remember what they're called, with black or the red paper in it. And I'm so much happier with each signature now that we are about ready to sew them into our journal. This was the bunny that I had, the little bunny puppet, doll puppet, paper doll, whatever, that I had put on that scrappy brown bag. I thought that would be perfect for, and this is out of the Stamperia Scrapbook 12 by 12 pad that I started with, and he looks so much better on the black background. This is all starting to look a little bit more now like the journal that I had in my brain. So then, of course, on a black background, we can't really write too much, so I did make a little pocket to put down in here, and I thought if we need to add something else, we can. But we'll make a couple little journal cards to put in here. This has, and you've probably seen these made 100 times. We're going to do another one just to carry this throughout the journal. I don't like to have just one of something and then no more. So we have 1, 2, 3, and if we only glue this on 2 sides, we will have a 4th pocket. We'll need to put something on here. This might be a good place for another one of the puppet characters. I also did a little shop because, as I said, I was panicking. And I had mentioned before that I thought I bought Alice in Wonderland charms, and I can't find them. So if I have them, shame on me, because it took me so long to get this journal started. I don't know where they're at. So I did buy another package of those that I will add into here. And I also found some Stamperia die cuts that go with this set, so we can add those as well. Like even on that black page, there may be something. I have to be careful because those are chipboard, so they're a little heavier. And this page was pretty much left alone. I This was one of the scrapbooking pages that I took out, and I just put in a piece of composition paper to write on. This will probably add something to. Here was some of the red paper, and this is very lightweight, really, really nice. And oh, I left the one black page open so that I can show you. I just left this a little bit longer and turned it into a pocket so we could add some journaling cards. I found, I don't know if I had shown you this before, I had these little, boy, words. Where are the words today, right? Oh my goodness. I had this out. It was just some scrapbooking paper. Scrapbooking paper. They're not 6x6, obviously. Did I leave it out? I don't think I did. Anywho, it was a romance packet of paper. I have no idea where I put it. I must have filed it back down in my little tray here. But there were a lot of black and white and red designs in there. So I just pulled some of those out, and I thought we'll use those for some journal cards. This was just a piece of parchment paper, and I added a little bit of a scripty stamp on the background. I don't know if you could see, I guess so. And made a little cluster down here on the bottom. So we'll add a couple more clusters throughout the journal as well. And this was from the One Digital download. And those are all listed in the description box. The Stamperia, the digital downloads, those are all in there. And this is my snippet that I had made for Alice. Where'd this paper come from? Don't know. Was this out of the Stamperia book? No, I think this is just a piece of, this might be Stampin' Up paper. But anyways, I thought that this would look kind of cute. And when I was making this, that piece might need glued on there. It's not sewn very well. I didn't catch it in the stitches. I might not use that end anyway. I think I decided I liked the bottom part better. Usually when I'm making snippet rolls, I either glue each piece to a strip of cloth, or if I'm doing paper, maybe a strip of paper. Sometimes if I'm feeling bold and I'm making ruffles, I'll just do it right on the sewing machine. But Barbara from 49 Dragonflies, also, one of the videos I watched that she had done, she added them to masking tape. She just was ripping her paper and sticking them on a masking tape, not worrying about glue, which I thought was just like genius, because then you could just take it right to the sewing machine, and the masking tape is lightweight enough that it really didn't interfere with the needle at all. And somewhere my hubby had found red tape, and it's about the same weight as masking tape, so I don't know what it was for. Maybe it's just red masking tape, who knows. But lucky me, because now when I add this to the page, if any of the red happens to show on the back, it won't be horrible because we have red in our journal. We'll have to do something on this black and white page. This can be left for journaling. This one we'll probably add to. We could write on top of that. Oh, and then I found, as I was putting things away, I found I had a little tag die. And this had to be from Simon Says Stamp. Is the only thing I can think of. It has to be out of one of the kits that I had gotten, because it was just in a little zipper bag. A little solo bag. So this has to be from one of my kits, but that's going to be handy. We can make little tags as we need them. Yay! The little number. I've added the link to that in the description box as well. These were dome-topped numbers and letters, and they come on little bulb pins already. And I thought somehow this might be cute if we can add a tag or a tab to the side and hang that off of there. I'm not sure yet. Kind of liked it on that page though. Okay, so we're almost at a half an hour of me chattering away, but I did want to show you where we got to. And here's the other pocket. I just stuck that in there until we're ready. I did an altered paper clip. This design I found Corey Dahman, and I think I did add her link in there also if you want to go back and watch her make some other types. We're going to try to get one of these done today. And then I just added some teeny tiny little papers in there. She has lots of different altered paper clip designs. This one I just had a piece of the polka dotted scrap paper left. Oh, from a page I'll show you in the other signature. So I added that, stuck in one of those little cards that I had found. What else? Oh, and I have some of these. These are actually cards that you could put a photo in. But I thought on a busy page like this, how cool would that be to make this sort of like a flip and glue this on here, leave it plain for writing. We could decorate this a little bit and then put some kind of an Alice picture inside. Right? And oh, I just added a piece. I think this was off of the cover page from the Stamperia pad. I had cut some of that out and made a pocket. Now I'm wondering, do I want to sew around that? That was the one reason we haven't sewn our signatures in yet. And then stuck a card in there. That's the end of that one. We are going to cover this up because the other thing that I'm unhappy about is that this is on the back of a signature. If you're going to put a book plate, wouldn't it be on the front of your book usually? So I'll cover that up. We do have some tags that were in the Stamperia paper pad, and one fits on there. I did check. Okay, second signature. Here's our little plastic bag that I had foiled, or our cello bag. I don't know what all I got done in this part. Told you I was busy on this. Oh, this is a page. I've done this in other journals, and I learned how to do this from Gail Augustinelli. I don't know. I'm sure other people do it as well, but I learned first from Gail, and this is where my extra polka dotted paper came from for those little pockets. So I just took a piece of coffee dyed paper. I took another paper and folded it in half and then tucked each corner in, and I sewed it onto my coffee dyed paper, which allowed me some large pockets on each side. And we can, oh, those die cuts might come in handy to add a little something or other right there. I found some red envelopes that I had, so I thought maybe we'll glue this shut, slice off the end, and make a tag sideways tuck for that. Just another piece of composition paper. I think the doily looks much better against the black cardstock background than it would on the scrapbooking paper. So, since we're at this page, let me just show you what I did. Stay there. So this was a 12 by 12 sheet of paper, and I have to cover up my mat because it makes my camera go all wonky. So let me grab my ruler. So I cut this down to 11 by, I left this at 12 because I was going to want it to be 8.5 by 11 pages. So I left this at 12 inches long, measured at 8.5, and folded the bottom flaps up. I just used my scissors, and I guess I already did this. I just snipped along here at a bit of an angle so that when we fold the flaps up, they don't get caught in the center fold of our page. So these, we can either leave these as a tall flap, which I'm thinking I'm going to, because I sort of liked the idea of maybe sewing a ribbon border on here. And so I haven't glued these flaps up yet. I told you the sewing I'll do off camera and then bring back. But that's how I made these pockets for this page, and then just glued along each side of that flap and scored it up. Now if you don't want to sew anything or add any kind of a trim, we either can fold this under as a reinforcement or just trim some of the paper off. But that will be our center, so we'll put something pretty in the center page. I don't know what yet, but I'm sure we'll find something. Okay, added, what else? That's the other half of that envelope. The other big pocket. Maybe not too much in, oh, this was off of one of the digitals. I just cut it down to size and added it to the back of the blue page. That was the second signature. And on the third signature, this is another altered paper clip. This is just paper folded in half. So we can make one of these as well. This is, you can make this any size you like. Decorate it up on both sides, and we will do another one of those again because, like I said, I don't want to do just one of something in the book. So we might make a smaller one. This is kind of large, but I thought actually probably not on this page. It probably will be better on a busier page like this, because it will, oh, I don't want to cover up my teacups. I think that's why I left it there. We'll find somewhere for that. This is an offcut from a card I was making. And it's just an embossed piece of paper that I had die cut a heart out of. But how cute would that be to glue it on here on 3 sides and then add a little tag. Yeah. And then we came to the teacup section, the tea party section. And so we can decorate this black piece with something. I found a piece of pattern paper that is just all print, really like that. Here's a little cluster that I was working on, and I just threw it in here. This is a white linen envelope that I had. Stuck that in there. Let's see. This postcard was out of the Stamperia book, and so I just added that other polka dotted corner and added the postcard here because I think it brings all of the blue together. This third section, the third signature, has some of our off colors in there because of my digital downloads and because of that pink in here from the Stamperia pad. I guess I wouldn't have to use pink. If I took this page out and put blue in there, it would play up the teal highlights, and I might do that. We'll see. Maybe the pink isn't the way to go there. I did cut out some of these Tim Holtz medallions. I also found some red velvet paper that I had. I cut a couple of those out of red velvet. Thought we could do something fun there. And there's our tea party guests all just having a little sip. What else did we do in this one? Not a whole lot. I did die cut a teapot, and at first I thought this would look really good on, which page? Oh, the polka dotted one. I liked it on the polka dotted paper. And then I cut out a teacup out of red, which stands out really well, or out of an old book page. And that doesn't show up really good on there. It would show up on a different page, but then we're taking away a whole writing page. So we'll think about that one. And I think that might be as far as I got here. So yeah, worked on quite a bit. Oh, I found another, this red piece of paper was just laying here. I don't know if this is left over from Christmas or if it's out of what I was cutting here. But I also had my little embossing folders. I found my little mini embossing folders when I was searching for things, and I thought the little, I don't know if you can see the little dots on there that I embossed. I thought that might be cute to add to a pocket somewhere. Maybe this way on that back page. So here we are. Okay, so half an hour. Good Lord. So we want to make another one of these. And we can make this either out of, I did have a lot of this red paper, this red 12 by 12. I don't know why I have this, to be honest. Let me think. If I want a bigger one, this isn't going to be big enough, because to do this, we fold our paper in half, and then fold it in half again. It reminds me, I saw another little clip on how to make another little journal booklet, and I wanted to give that a try. I want to do one real quick before I forget, which is what I do. If I see something I like, I run up here and I make one real quick and I stick it in my idea book. So when we open this back up, this is going to be the front of our pockets. So just hold on to that. Unfold your paper and then line this up, line your top fold up along the top of your paper along the center fold. Okay, so there's your first little tuck. The second tuck is going to be this next page. Hold on to that. And fold it not quite to your center fold. And now we have a second one. Before you glue this closed, I added some scrapbooking paper, or some of my Alice paper there, to define each section, because I thought that the red on the red on the red made it all too blendy, and you couldn't really see the pockets. So I have to say, the worst part about this is having everything out at one time. Everything. I mean, I just completely run out of room here on my little table. It's a big table, actually. I really, this was off of the cover, but we can always back that and make it into a cute little journal card. That's why I saved it. Use as much as I can. Try not to waste it. It's the whole point of this, right? What if we need blue? Better not use that on here, huh? Might need blue later on. Here's another little piece. Is that the same one I just put down? I hope not, because... Nope, there's more. Okay. I think I will add black and white polka dots on this one. So, hope everybody's doing well. Now that we've gotten through all the talking, and we're actually gonna do some, oh, wait. Before I do that, I need to glue my flaps down. See? What happens when I quit talking? Start thinking about other things and forgetting what I'm supposed to be working on. Alright. Just glue that little piece down flat, and we'll glue this little piece down flat. As I said, you can make these as large or as small as you want to. They fit in so many different places in a journal. Try not to get that right on the edge of the red because I wanted to leave a little red strip along there. And then I can just trim off my excess. Yes, these are my sticky scissors. Better. I have that one pair I use on sticky tape or sticky paper, whatever. And in between cleanings, it tends to get a little bit gooey. Boy, I hope that was just a big chunk of snow that fell in front of my window and not a bird. Just kind of dropped right down there. Our snow has finally quit here. For a while anyway. I think we're going to get some more. But our temperatures are supposed to go really frigid. So between scrapbooking and sewing, or scrapbooking, journaling and sewing, and I gotta make a birthday card for hubby. His birthday is Sunday. I don't plan on stepping outside too much more than I really need to. Okay. So let's do this. Maybe this one will glue flat. I will put a little thumb notch here on the top, and we'll glue it on the side, and this will be our pocket. So this is going to be way too big for that, isn't it? Not really, because I'm only taking out a little bit. Perfect, actually. Just don't have anywhere to put it. And these pockets and stuff I have not glued in the journal yet. I want to wait and do that after we sew the signatures in. But again, you know, it's a process because I don't want to sew them in until I make sure there's not anything that I want to sew on my machine. And there we have our little, actually I should have made it in the opposite direction and we could have put it on the other side of the page that we're working on. Oh, I was going to look at those new little die cuts. Let's see if we can find something cute to put on there. Oh, sorry. I might just put those right in my... I don't think I like that crinkly noise. Let's just put that right in our little plastic container. Oh, that's pretty. I still don't know what I'm doing for the cover. You know, for a focal point on my cover. That might be it right there. I might make some kind of a background out of fabric and add that to cover. All right. Oh, look at these are little playing cards. And actually, that was the other thing that I ordered was a set of Alice in Wonderland cards. Oh, look at him. I don't have a king. Look at a teacup. That's a cute picture of Alice. A teapot. These will obviously have to go in the section where we have our little tea party going on. That's a little card suits. Another teapot. Oh, see, this is what we're going to put on the back of that one page where it says this book belongs to. A little tag. Tea party. Those might be kind of cute to add to little pins too. Make a little dangle with those. Oh, wow. Oh, good. That matches that one page. Because there isn't a whole lot that goes with that. Kind of wondered where that design came from. Oh, and there's the cat. I love him. He's so fun. Mad Hatter. Wonderful. He, oh, I like how that is. Won't fit on this one, but look, we could put him. Could. One of those flowers, good. I kind of like Alice on there. Yeah, the whole point was to use this and not have to use up scraps. So I really hesitated on getting these because I know I'm not going to use them all in here. So that means I'm going to have some leftover pieces. But I don't know, maybe I'll do another one down the road someday with Alice. Okay. I'm going to have to keep that out and look at my front of my journal cover and see how we can make her a topper. Yeah, so let's use tacky glue on this one because this is a little bit heavier. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to keep that tag in there and just kind of match the picture up. Tags will be at the end of our journey here once we have everything put together. And then because I can never wait, I just use some of my acrylic blocks to set on there and let my glue dry. So I can move on to something else. Yeah. Okay. What else were we going to do? Oh, we're going to do a paper clip, one of those altered paper clips that Corey demoed. And I can use some of this paper. That'll be good. All right, let's get my page out with that on there. And boy, I wish I would have cut my teacup right out of them, but I wanted all the words. I didn't want that. Silly girl. See if I have another piece of that. That's any bigger. I don't think I do. I'll have to see where I found that paper. I love it. Oh, Alice, you're in the way here, girl. Yeah. So I don't know what's going on with my internet because so far, I mean, you might be getting some buffering, but I'm afraid that's my, I'm upstairs and my modem is in our basement and I'm on the second floor of the house, so it does tend to, sometimes I get some buffering, but Monday was just awful. And now today as I watch this, it keeps saying excellent connection. So if I have an excellent connection, why is it buffering? Why? Tell me why. Okay. And then see, I don't think this is going to be big enough to do one of those. We could do one of the other ones that she had shown us. And basically all we're doing, oh, did I forget to bring paper clips over? I did, I think. All we're doing really is folding our piece of paper that you want to use in 3. And we'll make it as long as we want it to be. Let me grab a couple more paper clips. I thought I had laid them out. I forgot them completely. Not to worry, there is no paperclip shortage here. And we can use either the large paper clips or the small ones. And let's see. I think I want, well, this is a little shorter here. This flap. So this is going to be just a single. Where our other one had 2 little pockets on it, one on this side and one on this side. This will be just a single one. This is so easy peasy. So we put the longer end of the paper clip on the back side, the shorter end of the paper clip on the inside. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? My ribbon. So we either can use some, oh, sniffles. Or a little piece of scrap. Come here. Almost reach. We can use some lace. A piece of ribbon. or I can use a scrap of whatever this stuff is. Free this up a little bit. I don't want it to look like it's all trimmed out pretty. I think I'm going to use that instead of the lace. And we'll slip this through our paper clip along the top of the single loop. And then I'm going to add a little bit of that or black and white. Decisions, my goodness. I'm gonna pick black and white because I have my black thread over here. I didn't bring red thread or white thread over or red. Okay. Cut that ribbon off just to make it easier for me to work with. And I do have some black thread in my needle that I just pulled out, of course. Will you hold this on there for me for a minute, please? Thank you. Just grab another longer piece so that I don't pull it out again. This is just plain polyester thread from my sewing machine. I just grabbed a spool of black thread. Not anything fancy. And then I'm just going to add a couple of stitches close to the paper clip to hold these in place. You can glue these together or staple them. If you have like the little tiny attacher stapler, I think that would work well. But really, I like to put the little stitches in them, and it only takes a couple. So it's not really a big deal. And I'll set this one aside because it is just one of the single fold over pockets. The other one with the double, I did not stitch it, but I think I am going to stitch this one, so I'll set it aside. The thread, oh, I did put black in my machine for this, because what did I sew? It wasn't that page that I learned from Gail. It was something else that I had sewn yet. Oh, that little tag. Yeah. Yep. Okay, now we can add this to our paper. Leaving the long loop of the paper clip in the back. Now Corey suggests, and I think it's a very good suggestion, adding a piece of, she used packing tape, but I still have my spool of red, whatever this stuff is. And just layering that over the paper clip inside to prevent it from pulling out accidentally. We'll add a little glue. I guess I have to decide how long I want this to be. I want it to be a little longer than that one, I think. Oh, it is a little longer. let's just trim off a tiny bit. We'll add a little glue on the top. Oh, I guess I should have glued this little flap closed. What was I thinking? Just going to glue this over our paper clip, and then just on the top and the bottom of this one. And now when I do go to stitch this, I want to make sure that I either only do 3 sides or I stay very close to this edge, because here is our flap for our little tuck. And I do have some of those playing cards cut out of the there you go. And so there's another altered paper clip. So put that one back in here. Ooh, look at me, I left my pin out of my glue. That's gonna just cause havoc later, isn't it? And then here's another little clip. Oh. My grandpuppy hurt her tail, and my daughter-in-law had called this morning and asked me if I could run her over to the vet because they're both working, and I said sure. I mean, they don't live far away, and the vet's only a block away. So my son just texted and said he's going to work through lunch and he can take her. I think he's probably worried about his little girl. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to do was one more little, one of these little clusters before we move on. So let's get that into, I think we didn't have much of anything in our third signature. Since we have this fabric over here now, yeah. And then just layer up. Oh, scraps. I put those into this little box. Oh, good. I forgot I cut that out. I could put this on here. And we have another tag. And I just, excuse me, digressed again, didn't I? Oh, but I have to back this one because this was out of the cover. And then put a little bulb pin on there, and there we go, we have another tag. Okay, so in the meantime, I did have another little piece of that red velvet paper, and I pulled out all my red washi that would go with this. This was Tim Holtz washi. And let's see here. Well, I don't need book page if I'm going to do that on there, because it's not going to show up, is it? I do need a solid color. My hands aren't too dry. Yeah. Just stick to me. And let's open this one up because, oh, music paper. I had added a little piece of music paper to this. Any more scraps of music? Music, music, music. Come on. I know you're in here. There it is. This would be, oh, there it is. I was going to say this would be so much easier if I could find the end. This part right here. Nothing like being picky about what section of washi I want, huh? Boy, picky, picky, picky. I don't want a rough edge. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter on this. It's okay. Okay, let's glue this on here, and then we'll be done for today. And I will continue to work on this. I'll tell you, I leave this up on my work table, and scrunch this up a little bit and make it wrinkly rather than leaving it lie flat. And every time I come up here to work on something, I just go over and I'm like, oh, you know what, I could do this or that. And that was how I managed to get quite as much done as I did over this past week. It worked well. So we're just going to keep doing that. Get it to a point where I'm comfortable that I don't want to sew anything else together, and then we can put our signatures in. So we'll look forward to that next week then. Hopefully I'll be ready to go with that. And we're just going to run this across a glue stick because, remember, washi is not a permanent tape. Some of them are stickier than others. But I really don't want this to just pop right off either. Cute. I'm happy with that one. Not like last week when I did that paint. I really didn't like it. As soon as I did it, I just think it was the color of red, even though it was like the darker shade of red paint that I had used. It wasn't working. Wasn't liking it, so this is being much better. And there we are for this week. Thanks for being with me. Stop back next Wednesday. Hopefully we'll be ready to sew these signatures into the journal cover. And who knows, maybe by that time I will have a top ready to put on my journal cover too. Until then, keep crafting and have some fun. Stay warm and cozy and stay safe. Thanks, guys.